appreciate that. Truth is, he had no choice. I put it in the bill. The governor would defend this bill. The attorney general would take direction from her. So anyway, and it turned out to be a good thing. You know, you never know how good it is until all of a sudden the fire starts. So it was a great thing. 1070. What a great bill. And it's simply the law of the land. Now, you would believe that this bill was not in effect. The truth is, it is in effect. It is a win for Arizona. It's a win for America. I'm working with 22 states that are modeling legislation after 1070. 34 states have contacted me. The hope to be the next governor of Georgia, Nathan Deal, I've worked with him, and he's excited about getting a bill to his desk. Tennessee's working, Utah, Colorado. I mean, we really have some great things going on. You've got some good people here, but they can't get started. They would love to, and actually they would love to. I have talked to several folks, Californians, including the Congressman Smith. I know Duncan Hunter would be with us. I know others that would be with us.
I'll tell you, the bill is being worked on right now in California. I know who's writing it. There's a group in California. It's happening in California too.
Good, and I've had contact with nobody that I knew that was writing one at this point in California, and that's great. And again, you guys have a tool that we have in Arizona called a Citizens Initiative. You can't pass it through the legislature, take it to the citizen. Now again, we're a republic. I don't believe you go to the ballot for everything. You elect your representative. This is a republic, a constitutional republic. But we have a Citizens Initiative for the right reason, to be used carefully and decorously. But it's there for a reason, to get around corruption and officials who won't do their duty. This is an appropriate avenue to take to your citizens. You'd have won 187 had you had a governor and attorney general vigilant in the defense of your states, your constitution, your rights. That was a bill that would have passed. They simply made a deal to eliminate most of that deal. You didn't lose it in court. You would have won it on an appeal. I mean, because you're always going to draw a liberal judge now and then, like they did with Judge Susan Bolton. And by the way, I appreciate her loyalty to the Obama administration. I hope she gets that Ninth Circuit Court appointment that she's working on. Her decision is so flawed. And first of all, most of 1070 is in effect. Today in Arizona, as of July 29th, it is illegal to have a policy that restricts or limits law enforcement. Today in Arizona, in 1070, we the citizens, that founding phrase in our founding document, we the citizens will sue any city, county, government entities, political subdivision that has a policy that limits or restricts law enforcement to the slightest degree. We will sue them. That fine will be up to $5,000 per day that policy remains in effect. And we give them to the front of the line in that bill. Today in Arizona, it's illegal, like it is under federal law, to transport an illegal alien. It's a misdemeanor. Today, if you pick up a day laborer that's an illegal alien, I'll impound your car for 30 days mandatory. That's all in place. The parts you took out were great tools, but they weren't the meat of the legislation, as if you'd believe the liberal media pundits out there, as if she's neutered this bill. It's not true. There's some important parts here, yeah. The fact that if you're in any other country, you've got to carry the indicia with you. You've got to carry your paperwork, right? If you're visiting Japan, Mexico, wherever you're visiting, you've got to carry your passport and your paperwork. That's all. That's the part she neutered. Under 8 U.S.C. 1304, 1306 says you not only have to carry that paperwork, but if you don't have it and have never applied for it, it's a crime. Now, law enforcement, by the way, can still enforce that. Again, we only put it in state law to make it clear they can enforce it, because they've been ignoring it. But that was put in there for a very specific reason. Sheriff Deaver on the border told me, as we're working on this, actually, and that trespass piece about 6 years in a row also with this. But it started several years ago. We were talking. Sheriff Deaver said, you know what you need to give me, Russell? He said, down here, he said, my problem is the Border Patrol is too efficient. I book somebody in jail, they're gone within minutes. If I get them to jail, Border Patrol's right there, they take them. He said, if I have a suspect or an investigative lead in a crime, I'd like some tool to keep them here. If Border Patrol takes them, I will never get them back. I said, let's make it a trespass provision to be here in violation of federal law, or I've never asked. So that's why that piece is put in there. It was permissive. You don't have to. Turn them over to ICE if you want, or book them on that piece if you want. But Judge Susan Bolton thought that was going a little too far, because it might overburden the federal government to do their job. That's literally in her response. The second piece was, she said it might interfere with their priorities. The administration, well, I agree with her, it will. Their priorities is to do nothing, ours is to do something, like enforce the law. So we do have a conflict. But her conflict is she stepped outside of the law. It's a flawed decision. We will win it possibly at the Ninth Circuit Court. I think we have a 50-50 chance of getting it all back together. It's because you only enjoin 4 little parts. And again, they're not critical, but they're important tools for law enforcement. We'll get them back. And if we don't prevail at the night, we will win in the United States Supreme Court in a 5-4, possibly even a 6-3 decision. I wrote it to prevail. I wrote it to because if you know you're going to get sued, I've been sued with everything I've done. I've currently been sued by Prop 100, no bail for illegal aliens. That was voted, again, passed by almost 80% of the public in Arizona. I was just deposed for 8 hours by the ACLU on that one. They'll stop at nothing. So we knew that battle was coming. We wrote it for that battle, and we will prevail. And let me just tell you how much I appreciate you. God bless you. God bless this wonderful republic we live in. Stay vigilant. Don't ever give up. It's like Patriot said, fight, 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 fight. If not today, like the gal that spoke earlier, when? If not for our generation, what generation are we going to protect? It's critical. And like Winston Churchill said, never, 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 never give up. This is our country, and we're going to lose it if we don't get vigilant and take control of those elected pundits who continue to sell out America. Thank you. God bless you.